Good morning, and I welcome you, students. We have started with coordination compounds, and we have told you what are coordination compounds, and you have been told that the discovery of coordination compound was done by Werner. Werner has given a theory of coordination compounds based on experimental evidence. And just to revise, the question was what is Werner's theory of coordination compound, students? This is a question in the paper. What is Werner's theory of coordination compounds? If the question is given, student, what is Werner's theory, student, of coordination compounds? What is our answer, students? What is Werner's theory of coordination compounds? Werner suggested that there is a central metal atom in a coordination compound and it exhibits two types of valency. What he suggested, what are the postulates of Werner after experiments done? What experiments were done? We already know about that. There are two types of valency. What are the two types of valency according to Werner? Primary and secondary valency.
Secondary. Yes, sir.
What is the difference between the two? That coordination compound, there is a central metal atom and it exhibits two types of valency. You are saying that there are two types of valency, student. Metal ion. These central metal ions are mostly transition elements. You are aware of it. They are mostly transition elements, student. Now, what are the meaning of two types of valency? What is the primary valency, students? Primary valency is nothing but the same as the oxidation state. Is the same as the
Yes, sir.
oxidation state of the metal ion. ठीक है? And what we told you, there are secondary valencies, he says. What is a secondary valency, student? That corresponds to those those species or those atoms or groups which are attached or forming a bond with the central metal atom. What do we call them as? This is called coordination number.
Yes, sir.
Coordination number means that those molecules, students, those atoms, molecules which are directly bonded to the central metal atom. What will be the result of this? Which will be ionizable, primary or secondary, students? Which is ionizable? Primary valency is ionizable or secondary valency is ionizable? Primary valency will be, students, further I can say the primary valency. What are they ionizable or not, student? What you want to say? Tell me.
Sir, primary is.
Primary valencies are ionizable.
Yes, sir.
They are ionizable. And what you are saying, the secondary valencies are non-ionizable. Non-ionizable. So, student, this is very important. We must understand. This is a complex number one. I am taking this. For example, I say that this compound, student, was found by this. What was done? Werner has performed experiments. What experiments he did? He took cobalt chloride, COCl3, added different moles of ammonia, and
Yes, sir.
got compounds which were different in color. He got different colored compounds. And for example, in this compound, what he found that there were 3 Cl minus ions, means 3 moles of AgCl were precipitated.
Yes, sir.
3 moles of Cl were precipitated in this. What I have written. So if this is the formula, student, what it means, in this case, you have CONH3, student, 6. If I ionize it, it will break like this,
Yes, sir.
3 plus. This will be -1. Okay? This breaks like this, student. Okay, let me put the valency of this minus. The ions which will be produced from this number 1. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Now, what is the primary valency of this? What valency, student? Here ions, negative ions. Here cobalt is in 3 oxidation state. Cobalt plus 3. We write it like this by Roman letters. 1, 2, 3. This is a primary valency, cobalt 3. And what is the secondary valency here? These ammonia are linked to the carbon, student, by a coordinate covalent bond. How do we show that? We are saying dark lines to 3. How many NH3, student? Nitrogen is bonded to the cobalt, student. Nitrogen of the ammonia. Nitrogen is having a lone pair of electrons, student. This nitrogen has a lone pair of electrons. It donates to the cobalt. What we call as coordinate covalent bond. Now these are attached, student. These are attached, student. This is a secondary valency. Here is 6. What is the secondary valency? 6. Clear? So there are two types of valencies, primary and secondary, student, according to the Werner. That is why they are not ionized. For example, in this complex number 2, what happens? The Cl, you can see the NH3 and Cl, what is happening here, student? The Cl can go out of the coordination sphere. This is called a coordination sphere in the bracket. So in number 2 compound, student, what ions will be produced in this? You have CO, Cl, NH3, 5 students, and this is 2Cl minus, therefore 2 plus charge. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And what is the secondary valency here? Agar 5 plus 1, 6. There are again secondary valency 6. There are 5 ammonia, and but if I add silver nitrate, how many moles of AgCl will be produced here? It will give me, it will precipitate how much? 2 mole of AgCl.
Yes, sir.
It will precipitate 2 mole of AgCl. If I add excess of silver nitrate, student, you add excess of AgNO3. So you will get 2 mole of AgCl here, because there are 2 Cl minus which are ionizable. Here, what is the primary valency? Still remains 3, student. Cobalt is in 3 oxidation state. Cobalt is in 3, student. That is the primary valency. And how many groups are bonded to the cobalt? 6. What has happened here? What has happened, student, here? How many ammonia you have now? 5 and 1 Cl. There is 1 Cl. See the difference only? This Cl is now bonded to the cobalt. So this is not ionizable. These secondary valencies are non-ionizable. Clear? Yes?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Here we have shown the metal atoms tend to satisfy both primary and secondary valency. Primary valency is satisfied by the negative ions. Secondary valencies are satisfied by negative or neutral molecules which are bonded to the metal. The secondary valencies are always directed towards fixed position in space. These are secondary valencies always directed fixed position, and they will give a definite geometry to the coordinate compound, student. What type of geometries we can have? Octahedral. If there are 6 ligands, what you get? Octahedral. If there are 4, you can get tetrahedral, square planar. So depending on the number of ligand, students, you can get definite geometries also. The secondary valencies are responsible for giving definite geometry to the coordinate compounds. Clear? Here is COCl3, 6NH3. These are the, and you can see that NH3 are shown by dark lines, they are forming bonds, student. These are bonds.
Yes, sir.
Ammonia. How many? 6. And Cl we have shown, there are 3 Cl we have shown by dashed line. That means these are free ions, student. These are ions. They are not bonded. They are not bonded. So how do we write this? We write this CO NH3 6 Cl3. That is what we mean by this. So the number of ionizable chlorides are here 3 minus 3. How many moles of AgCl will be precipitated? Tell me. How many mole? 3 mole. If I add silver nitrate, 3 mole of AgCl will be formed. Yes or no? In this case. And what is the number of ions, student, here? What are the ions which are produced in this case? You will get these ions, student. NH3, 3 plus and 3 Cl minus. So this is the ions. How many total ions you are getting? 1 plus 3, 4 ions. Right? So if I will measure the conductivity, student, conductivity measurements can be done, which was also done by the Werner, conductivity measurements.
Yes, sir.
Conductivity ohm inverse, student, and that will come to equal to 4 ions in the solution. That will be equal to the 4 ions in the solution. This is clear by now that the Werner's explanation was very simple after doing the experiments. What he said ki, if I have this compound, this is yellow, this compound was found to be yellow, student. This compound is, students, what color? Yellow. This is yellow. The yellow gave 3 mole of AgCl. How it will give 3 mole of, if the formula is this, student, then it will produce 3 mole of AgCl, right? If I will add silver nitrate, what will happen? Excess of silver nitrate is added. It will produce how much? 3 mole of AgCl, right? This one, yellow one. Next one, he found purple. What it means? Purple. So students, what is the meaning of purple, student? This is purple. And purple is giving how much? 2 mole of AgCl. Then what will be the formula of this, student? That means this I can write it C. Only ionizable chloride, how much? 2
Mm,
for 1
Yes,
Cl
sir.
side, student. NH35. And that is your Cl2. This will ionize to give what? In water, if I put this in water, what will happen? This will give Cl NH35, student. How many ions? 2 plus and 2 Cl minus. Now, how many moles of AgCl will be precipitated? 2 mole of AgCl. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Because 2 chloride ions are ionizable. So here you can see, student, what is happening. The secondary valencies are 5 plus 1, 6. And cobalt is, if I want to calculate the oxidation number of cobalt, I can calculate. If I take it X, this is -1 and this is 0 is equal to +2. Then X is equal to +3. So that is a primary valency
Yes, sir.
of the cobalt is 3, student. Here also primary valency is 3, cobalt 3. Cobalt is in 3 oxidation. Primary valency, student, 3. Secondary valency 6. 6 are joined. In the third case, what he got? Green color, students. Green. Third was green in color. And the green color is giving 1 mole of AgCl. Then what it means, student? Only 1 Cl is outside. That means, student, the formula is COCl2 NH34 because total 6 secondary valency and Cl, right?
Yes, sir.
If it ionizes, what it will give? CO These chlorine are now bonded to the cobalt, student. That comes in the secondary valency. Secondary valency is non-ionizable. Primary valency is ionizable. You are getting these ions. So it will produce how much moles of AgCl? 1, right? Only one Cl.
Yes,
That
sir.
is the last one which we are saying is violet, student. And the formula is same, violet. This is also giving 1 mole of AgCl, student. This is also giving 1 mole violet, 1 mole of AgCl. Same formula, but these two are isomers.
Yes, sir.
These two will be isomer, student. We will show you later on what are isomers in this. So if he measured the conductivity, what he measured? Conductivity measurements experiment was done by Werner. To support experimental evidence for the Werner's theory. For example, the yellow color is this one. How many ions are there in this? In the yellow color, 3 mole of HCl total. This where is this one? The one which is there is this one, first one. So it has 4 ions, 3
Yes, sir.
plus 1, 4 ions. So conductivity corresponds to 1:3 electrolyte. It is what type of electrolyte, student? 1:3. This is 1 ion.
Yes, sir.
1:3, student.
3. Yes, sir.
1:3 ion. The second one will be what? As you can see, this is 1 ion, this is 2. 1:2 electrolyte. 1:1 electrolyte.
Okay.
So the conductivity measurements proved this. Therefore, this was the basis of experimental basis of Werner's theory of coordination compound, student. Now, Werner's theory is clear to us. How many
Yes, sir.
I told you? Normal compounds, you have only one valency. In cobalt, COCl3 has only one valency. That is the primary valency 3. But when you form coordination compounds, you have 2 types of linkages, 2 types of valency. Primary, which are ionizable, and secondary, non-ionizable. That is why coordination compounds are formed, students. Experimentally, we have shown it. Certain terms have been used, student, for this. What terms are important for the coordination compound? First is coordination entity. What is the meaning of coordination entity when I say in a coordination compound, student? For example, when I write this in the square bracket, this is called the coordination entity, student. That constitutes, there is a central, this is a central metal atom or ion, okay?
Yes, sir.
And bonded to fixed number of molecules. These are molecules, student, or ions. Fixed number of ions or molecules, okay?
Yes, sir.
This is called a coordination entity. If I write K4FeCN6, student, and I ask you what is the coordination entity in this, then you know this will be something like this, student. FeCN6, how much? 4 minus?
Yes,
So,
sir.
students, this is my coordination entity. This one which is enclosed in the square bracket. This is called coordination entity. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Central metal, and these are called the ligands which are attached to this, bonded with this. These are all examples of coordination entity. This is my COR molecule, student, which are called ligands, which will show you. These are all coordination entities. When we write in brackets, student, when I write in brackets, they are coordination entity. When I write CO NH3 plus, student, this is a coordination entity. Clear? First term.
Yes, sir.
Central metal, what is this? Central metal.
Okay.
And these are the molecules, student, which are attached to it. If I say this, what it will be, you know, this will, according to Werner has also said that secondary valencies have special arrangement around the central atom. What special arrangements can be there? Octahedral, tetrahedral, square planar. So here six ligands are six. How many are six? So six I will always arrange in octahedral manner. You have seen octahedral
Yes,
student.
sir.
What geometry it will give? Octahedral student. Octahedral. You know octahedral. This is a plane student. And you have NH3 and NH3 student. So you are aware of octahedral. They are coordinate covalent bond student. They are donating lone pair of electrons to the empty orbitals of cobalt. Cobalt is a
Mm-hmm.
transition, right? So this is a, if I join this, you know what it will be? Octahedral, eight faces, you know, octahedral. Similarly, you can join these one. What it will look like, student? So this is what we call as octahedral.
Okay, sir.
First thing, coordination. Second, we are talking of ligand student. What are ligand students? In coordination compounds, we are saying there are ligands student. General, I am saying ligands are those students which are electron donors. They are electron donors student. They have a lone pair of electron. They have electron pairs to donate student to the central metal ion.
Mm-hmm.
Then only the coordinate covalent bond will be formed. Then only complex will be formed. Yes or no? So the
Yes, sir.
ligands have lone pair of electrons. They will donate it to the central metal. They are called ligands. And there are, what type of ligands you have, student? Anionic ligands can be there. Anionic ligands are those students which have a negative charge on them. Here, for
Mm.
example, Cl minus, Br minus, they have a negative charge. And you know, they
Yes,
have
sir.
lone pair of electrons are there on the halogens. They can donate student their lone pair of electron. They are Lewis bases also. What is the Lewis base, student, which can donate lone pair of electron? So this is a list of that: carbonate, chlorido, cyanido. Student, they are all examples of these. What are these, student? They are examples of the anionic ligands: fluoride, glycinate, OH minus. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So they are negative. Oxalato. What is oxalato? Here we have shown COO minus, COO minus. Student, this is from oxalic acid. You know oxalic acid formula? This was oxalic acid. How do you say? C double bond O OH.
Mm-hmm.
C double bond O OH. If I remove these hydrogen, student, then there's a negative charge. They'll form something like
Yes,
this.
sir.
So it can donate its lone pair of electron. It can donate lone pair of electron to the metal, students. They are anionic ligands. Thiocyanato. Thiocyanato can donate, can bond through sulfur as well as through nitrogen. Thiocyanato, student.
Okay, sir.
So these are the ligand names: bromo, carbonato, chlorido. Now we call it chlorido, cyanido, fluorido, glycinato, hydroxy, oxalato, thiocyanato. There are neutral ligands also,
Yes, sir.
like this: ammonia, water. This is called amine. NH3. There is no charge on the NH3, but NH3, this has a lone pair of electron. This is called amine, student. This is a neutral ligand. Water also has lone pair of electron, student. Water. Oxygen
Mm-hmm.
has a lone pair of electron. This is called aqua. These are neutral ligands. Similarly, CO. Large number of complexes you have seen with a carbonyl compound. This is a neutral, student. Ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine is something like this, student. Here, nitrogen has lone pair of electrons, student. So they can
Yes, sir.
donate the pair of electron to the central metal atom. These are some of
Okay.
the examples of the ligands. Okay, you have noted down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there are different type of ligands. Monodentate ligands, student. What do you mean by mono? Means single. Mono means single student, that they have a single teeth or they have a single atom which will donate the lone pair of electron. Ligand can bind.
Electrons. Yes, sir.
Ligand can bind to whom, student? To the metal ion. ठीक है? They can bind to the metal, student. How they are binding, student? Through single donor.
Mm-hmm.
Single donor atom. ठीक है? Through single donor atom.
Yes, sir.
So for example, Cl minus, OH minus, student. All this we have written. H2O, student. This is clean. All these are examples of single donor atom. Though they have more than one lone pair of electron, but they donate only one. Only one single donor. That is called monodentate.
Okay.
Then there are
Yes, sir.
bidentate. Bi means two. They have two donor atoms. Two donor atoms, students. Two donor atoms can be there. For example, this compound is very important, will be used a lot, student. What is the name of this? Ethylene diamine. This is the short form is
Okay.
EN. I will use EN for this. Ethylene diamine, student. Ethylene diamine or ethane 1, 2. This is ethane 1, 2 diamine, right?
Yes, sir.
Ethane 1, 2 diamine, student. I have used spelling. Should be clear. This is actually 1 Yeah, student. So this is my ethane 1, 2 diamine. Short form is EN. There are two donor atoms. There are two nitrogens. See here, two donor atoms. So similarly,
Yes, sir.
this is a bidentate. These are mineral. Other examples are bipermanent ethylene diamine, which we have just written. There are two nitrogens which can donate, student, and acetyl acetonate, student. Here also we have two oxygens which can donate. Oxalato. Oxalato is very important, student. We have shown you oxalato, student. O minus. O minus. This has this donor atom and this two. There are two oxygens. These are bidentate. Short form is OX. We will show it by OX in our coordination compounds. This I will use EN. Okay? Important. These two will be.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And you can have tridentate, means there will be three groups which can donate. This is a diethylene triamine. This is one nitrogen. There are two nitrogens here. 2 and 1, 3. This is a tridentate. And hexadentate or sexadentate means there will be 6 groups which can donate, students. 6 groups which can donate. That's also known. For example, I have written EDTA4 minus. This question was asked. It is a hexadentate ligand, student. That means there are 6 donor atoms. How many?
Yes, sir. 6 donor atoms.
6 donor atoms. How do you write ethylene diamine? Simple thing is, this is my ethylene, student. This is my ethylene. You are having nitrogen. You are having nitrogen. Then you are having ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Tetraacetate is CH2COO minus. CH2CO minus. Here you have CH2CO minus. CH2CO minus. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 donor atoms in this.
Yes, sir.
If I put HH, then it becomes EDTA. I have removed 4 hydrogens, so EDTA 4 minus. This is EDTA 4 minus, student. It is a hexadentate ligand. So denticity of the ligand means how many teeth it has, how many donor atoms it can bond, student. with the central atom, mostly which will use, I have already given you. This I will use a lot, ethylene diamine and
Yes, sir.
oxide. We have shown their structures. So, for example, if you have cobalt, this is bonding with this. See, this type of bonding takes place. Okay, we have noted down. We will pursue it further.
Yes, sir.
A question is usually asked on this student ambident. You have heard about ambident nucleophile. Now I'm talking of ambident ligand. Important question, very important. Ligands which have ability to bind to the central via atoms of two different elements. When I write student NO2, I am writing NO2. For example, I am writing NO2 student minus NO2 minus. This is a ligand. It can bind either through nitrogen or through oxygen. This can bind either through nitrogen or through oxygen. This
Yes,
can
sir.
bind either through oxygen or nitrogen. So there are two atoms, students, but it will at one time bind with only one. At one time, it will bind with only one. For example, if it binds through nitrogen to the metal, this is my metal, then you will get nitrito N. This name is nitrito N, or this is a nitro compound, nitrito N. If oxygen binds, if this oxygen binds with a metal, then you will get another, they will be isomers, student. You are getting isomers. They are two different compounds, student. This is nitrito O. That means O, oxygen is linked with the metal. Here nitrogen is linked with the metal. See, in this
Yes, sir.
nitrogen bonded to bonds to metal. Here oxygen bonds to metal. So you are getting two isomers in ambident nucleophile. Important point. Similarly, if I take NSCS, student, thiocyanate, this is a NCS minus is known as thiocyanate ion, student. This is a ambident nucleophile because it can bind through nitrogen or sulfur. Nitrogen
Yes,
or
sir.
sulfur. Either through nitrogen or, so there will be two compounds which will be formed. For example, then you will get isothiocyanate. If it binds through sulfur, you get thiocyanate. So you have MsCN. Sulfur linked to metal. Sulfur linked to metal, student. When sulfur is linked to metal, this is called thiocyanate. What do we
Yes,
call
sir.
this as? Thiocyanate. This sulfur, you see this sulfur is linking with a metal, thiocyanate. And second possibility, student, nitrogen linked to the metal. When nitrogen is linked here, nitrogen linked to metal. What we call it? Isothio, isothiocyanate. ठीक है, students?
Yes, sir.
So there are two types of linkages: isothiocyanate and thiocyanate. Clear? All these
Yes,
are
sir.
examples of. All these are examples of. What are these? These are examples of ambident nucleophile, students. So is CN. It can bond either through nitrogen or through carbon. So you get two. Isonitrile or nitrile. What do you get? And if you have isonitriles.
Yes, sir.
So student, all these are examples of ambident nucleophile. Noted. Important question. Now we're coming to another important point, chelate ligands. What are chelate ligands, students? There are, we have shown you there are certain ligands which are bidentate or tridentate or hexadentate. They have more than one donor atom which can bond to the central metal atom.
Mm,
So when more than one donor atom will bond to the central metal atom simultaneously, what will happen? It will form a ring, student. It will form a ring around the metal ion. What they will form? Ring.
a ring.
Ring will be formed, student, around the central metal atom, student. And then this is called formation of a chelate compound, student. They are called chelates, chelate ligands. They are called chelate ligands, student, because they will form rings. What they will do? They will form rings around central metal, student, central metal. So more than, it has two or more donors to bind a single atom. And when it will simultaneously use two or more atoms, student, then what will be the result of that? The
Oh,
rings will be formed. These are called chelate compounds. What do we call? They are
yes,
called
sir.
chelate, student. And the ligand is called a chelating ligand, student. And these are highly stable. Chelate compounds, coordination compounds, chelate coordination compounds, student, are highly stable. It gives lot of stability, student, to the coordination compound. And this involves ring formation. Cyclic ring formation takes place. In such cases, student, for example, if you have cobalt, and if I take, this is ethylene diamine has what, this nitrogen has electron pair, this has electron pair. So what happens then?
Yes, sir.
NH2, you have NH2, student, you have CH2, CH2. This will donate, this will form a bond, student, nitrogen. This is a ring now, ring is formed. Similarly, there can be another one,
Mm,
CH2, CH2, you have NH2, student, you have NH2. What it is doing? Ring formation. So this is called a chelate.
yes, sir.
So chelate has been formed, and this is called chelating agent, student. Similarly, oxalato can also form because it has two donor atoms which can bond with the central metal simultaneously, student. These are all chelate formation compounds, student. They will give great stability to these compounds, and they have great biological uses also. We will see later on. These compounds are very important. As I told you, chlorophyll, hemoglobin is also a coordination compound which has iron as the central atom. So there can be, student, chelates, there can be multi-dentate ligands, there can be ambident ligands. Very important, very important. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next important thing is coordination number, student. What is the coordination number? Is also known as legacy. The number of atoms or ions that central atom carries in a complex or a coordination compound. That means, student, the number of ligand donors, I can say number of ligand donor, ठीक है, number of ligand donor atoms to which atom metal central metal is directly bonded, students, directly bonded. For example,
Yes, sir.
if I say PTCl6, students, 2 minus. Now in this case, how many atoms are bonded to the platinum directly, student? How many atoms are directly bonded to the platinum? Tell me. 6. ठीक है? Octahedral. These are 6. So what is the coordination number here? 6. Clear? Six are bonded to the platinum directly. Coordination number of this is 6, this one. If I say NiCO4 students, here there are 4 CO directly bonded to nickel. Coordination number how much? 4. Clear? Tell me. Is it clear, student? Any doubt? If I use this one, student, what is the coordination number here? What is the coordination number in this compound, student? What will be the coordination number here? How many are bonded directly to the chromium? 2 plus 2 plus 2. So 6. Clear? Tell me, is it okay? Or any doubt? If I give another compound, student, the question was like this. Question was, student, find coordination number. Find coordination number in FeC2O4, student. 3 minus. You have to find the coordination number here. Can you tell me what is the coordination number in this compound? I am giving 2 compounds, student. Find the coordination number. Tell me what is the coordination number in these compounds? Can you find the coordination number? Yes or no? Tell me, students. Can you find the coordination number in this compound? This one. This is a bi-redundant ligand, student. Important question. FeC2O4 3 minus. What is this? This is oxalato, which I have shown you. CO minus. This is a bidentate ligand, student.
Yes, sir.
So how many atoms will be bonded with iron in this case? Tell me. Coordination number we have to find. How many will be bonded? One molecule has 2 and 3 will have how many? 6 donor atoms. 6 donor atoms. In this case, there are 6. Coordination number is not 3, student. It is 6. There are 6 donor atoms bonded.
Yes, sir.
Bonded to iron. Iron is the central atom. And what is the coordination number in this compound then? COEN33 plus. What is your answer? Coordination number, student. Coordination number. This question has been asked in the paper, student. Question has been asked. Question, find the coordination number, student. This question was given in the paper. Coordination number is only determined by the number of sigma bonds formed. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Bonds formed between the central metal atom. What is En? We have shown you what is En. Ethylene diamine. What is the formula of that? This is our ethylene diamine, student. En. This is En. How many donor atoms it has? 2. Each one En has got 2 donor atoms. The 3 will have how many? 6. So the coordination number here is 6, student. Coordination number is 6. Answer is 6. Important question. This question was asked students to the students in the paper. You have noted?
2 minutes, sir.
Note down everything. Important question. Important, student. Find the coordination number. Student, we are finding the coordination number. CN, coordination number. In all this way going to be used, student, when we will discuss the IUPAC nomenclature.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Copied.
Okay, then next we are moving to the next term, student, which is on the board. Next term is coordination sphere. What is a coordination sphere? What is a coordination sphere, student? See, I am writing like this in the square bracket. I write PTCl6 2 minus.
Yes, sir.
These are square bracket, student. It contains central, what it contains? Central atom or ion. Here central atom or ion is platinum, and ligands, these are called the ligands. Ligands are, this is my 6Cl ligands here. What are ligands? Are electron donors. We have just shown you electron donors. This whole term, student, bracket, and this is called coordination sphere. This is called coordination
Yes,
sphere.
sir.
And outside this, what is outside this, student? Ionizable. These are non-ionizable. These are non-ionizable, which are written inside the bracket, student. Outside these are ionizable groups. Outside these are ionizable group, students. Whenever I write, for example, if I write K4FeCN6, student, what is the coordination sphere here?
Yes, sir.
Coordination sphere in this compound, that is FeCN6 4 minus, because this is non-ionizable. See, they are written in the square brackets. They are written
Yes,
in
sir.
the, and it will, what it will do, it will produce 4K plus and this ion and this ion. So this is called coordination sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Clear? Whenever I will use different type of compound, student, there will be a coordination sphere. That which is non-ionizable in the written the square bracket is called coordination sphere.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Noted? Not
Yes,
everything.
sir. Yes, sir.
Noted everything. Next, I am coming to coordination polyhedron, student. Coordination polyhedron means what? What the Werner said. The secondary valencies are bonded to the central metal atom, and there is a special arrangement. So the special arrangement, what type of special arrangement can be there, student? What type of special arrangement will exist, student, when
Mm-hmm.
ligands are directly bonded or attached to the central atom? So this is
Yes, sir.
called polyhedron. Polyhedron. Why polyhedron? Because most common coordination polyhedra, most common, student, polyhedra which we have found experimentally. Polyhedra. If there are 6 ligands, for 6 ligands, what they found? Octahedral. And you know what is the shape of octahedral, student?
Mm-hmm.
This is octahedral. In
Yes, sir.
maths, see, 6 ligands were found to be octahedral. If there are 4 ligands, there are two possibilities. One is tetrahedral
Mm-hmm.
and second is square planar.
Yes, sir.
Tetrahedral, this is my tetrahedral metal, 109.5 degree bond angle. You have seen in
Uh,
organic chemistry also. These wedges mean they are pointing towards us. Dash mean they are going away from us. This is a square plane, student, square planar. You have seen square planar metal, this square planar, student, this look square planar shape. These are the ligands. So square planar shape, you are aware of it.
yes,
And
sir.
if there are 5 ligands, students, then trigonal bipyramidal. You know what is trigonal bipyramidal? This is a triangle, and if I have one above and one below this, what it
Yes, sir.
becomes? This is a triangle, and this is a trigonal bipyramidal. See, so trigonal bipyramidal is possible, and also for 5 ligands, you have square pyramidal. Two shapes. Which one?
Mm.
Trigonal bipyramidal.
Okay, sir.
And second possibility in this is square pyramidal.
Yes,
Square.
sir.
So two possibilities are there, student. Two shapes we have drawn. You can draw these two. Okay. ठीक है? These are the possibilities.
Okay, sir.
The most important point questions are likely to be asked in how to find the coordination oxidation number of central atom. Important, very important, student. How will we find the oxidation number, student, of the
Mm-hmm.
central atom? Because in the naming also it will be used. In the naming also it will be,
Yes, sir.
student, how will we find the, for example, if I write a compound K4FeCN6, ठीक है, and I say find
Mm-hmm. Yes,
the
sir.
oxidation number of iron, how will we find, student? You know what is oxidation number, student? Central atom, the charge it would carry if all the ligands are removed along with electron pairs. What is the oxidation number you
Mm-hmm.
are using in chemistry very commonly? These are ligands. If the electron pairs are taken by the ligands, what charge will be left on the central atom, student? If I will remove all the ligands and the along with the electron pairs, what will be the charge on the this? We want to find what is the charge on this central atom, student. How to find out? I give you 1 minute. Okay, can you find the value of oxidation number of iron in this case? How will you?
Yes, sir. Looking.
Okay, important point.
Oxidation.
There are two methods. Let me show you one case. You know, in 11th we also studied the oxidation number or redox reaction. Potassium is alkali metal. This has oxidation state +1. Oxidation number of potassium is known to a student alkali metal +1.
Mm-hmm.
CN is a ligand, an ionic ligand. An ionic
Yes, sir.
student, it has -1 charge. One CN has -1 charge, student. So if I want to find if iron is X, iron I don't know. Let me say iron is X. How will I find? This is 4 into +1.
Mm-hmm.
Iron is plus X.
Yes, sir.
What is CN, student? 6 into -1. And total charge is 0. Find what is
Mm-hmm.
the value of X then? What is the value of X? What will be then X? Tell me. X is equal to then. What is X?
Sir, X will be 2.
+2. Always say +2.
Yes, sir. +2.
That oxidation number of iron here is iron is in, we write it like this, iron is in +2 oxidation, Roman letter, iron 2,
Yes, sir.
iron 2, student 1 and 1 2 Roman. This is a way to, or another method was, say I said ki first you ionize this.
Mm-hmm.
If I ionize this, student, what will happen? This will 4 minus. Potassium is +1, we know. Now I will use this. This is X. This is -1 into 6 equal to -4. Then what is X? +2. Answer will be same.
Mm-hmm.
Oxidation number of any metal can be calculated, student. That means here iron is carrying +2 charge, student. If the ligands 6, take the electron pair 6 with them, the charge on this.
Yes, sir.
So if I consider this compound, student, what is the oxidation number of cobalt here? What is the oxidation number of cobalt here, student? We have 1 minute to answer the question.
Mm-hmm. See you. Finding, sir.
This is, if I say this is my CO is X, then what do you have? X plus Cl minus Cl is always -1. It has minus. Cl has minus. NH3 is a neutral, student. 0.
Hmm.
Neutral ligand, 0 charge on it. So what will be this? If cobalt is X, this is how many 2 are there? 2 into -1. This is 0. Ammonia 0 into 4. And
Yes,
L
sir.
is -1, student, equal to 0. What is the answer coming? -2 -1. This X is coming to be +3. So cobalt is in 1, 2, 3. Oxidation number 3.
Yes, sir.
And if I want to calculate for NiCO4, student, cobalt, this carbon monoxide is neutral.
Hmm.
CO is a neutral ligand, student. No charge. There is no charge. 0. So what will be this then? If nickel is X plus 4 into 0 equal to 0, X is equal to 0. So here nickel is in 0 oxidation state. Nickel is in 0.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, student, this is a way to calculate. This is a way to calculate, student, what we have calculated the oxidation number of the central atom. There are two
Yes,
types
sir.
of complexity, student, homoleptic and heteroleptic. Homo means
Same.
what? Same.
Hmm.
Metal in which? Metal in metal, student. Metal in which? What we say? Metal in which only one kind of donor atom. One kind of
Yes,
donor.
sir.
One kind of donor groups will be attached. They will be called homo. For example, CONH363 plus. The donor, which are the donor groups here?
Hmm.
Which are the ligands? Ligands are only one. Which one? NH3. Ligands are ammonia only. So this is a homoleptic complex.
Yes, sir.
Homoleptic complex. But if I write, students, CONH3 4Cl2 plus. Now in this, how many types of donor group? Ligands are how many? 2 ligands. One is NH3 and other is Cl. 2 ligands. Okay? Ligands are different.
Yes, sir.
Here you have 2 kind of donor groups. 2 kind of ligands. 2 kind of ligands here, student.
Sir, your voice is breaking now.
And this is called hetero.
Sir,
Hetero
your
means
voice is breaking
different.
now.
Okay? So there are 2 type of complex, homo and hetero. Okay, then we are
Hello.
this lecture here, and we will again take a class at 9 p.m. Okay? Now
Okay, thank you,
going
sir.
off. We will see you in our next class. And okay? Another class at 9 p.m.
Yes, sir. Thank
We'll
you.
continue with this. Okay.